4 types of people who never ask for help and why. You know someone like this. Maybe it's you. They're clearly struggling. You can see it on their face, in the way they move, in the silence they carry around. But the moment you ask, "Hey, do you need help?" they smile, shake their head, and say, "No, I'm fine." And here's the strange part. They mean it. Not because things are actually fine, but because in their mind, asking for help feels worse than dealing with the problem alone. So what's really going on? Because this isn't just stubbornness. It's not ego. And it's definitely not strength, even though it looks like it from the outside. There's deep psychology behind why some people can go through the hardest seasons of their life without asking a single person for support. And by the end of this video, you'll probably recognize yourself in at least one of these 4 types, maybe more. Type 1, the burden avoider. This person doesn't think they're strong. They're just terrified of being too much. Somewhere in their past, a childhood, a relationship, a moment they don't talk about, they learned that needing things makes people uncomfortable, that asking is annoying, that depending on someone gives them a reason to leave. So they stopped. They handle everything quietly, alone, without complaint. They'll stay up until 3 a.m. solving a problem rather than send one text asking for advice. Psychologically, this is rooted in what researchers call anxious attachment. They've been let down enough times that they stopped expecting support to show up. So instead of risking that disappointment again, they remove the risk entirely. They need nothing from no one. But here's the painful part. They're not doing it because they're independent. They're doing it because they're scared. Scared that if they ask and get rejected, it confirms what they've always feared, that they're not worth the effort. They don't say, "I don't need help." They say, "I don't want to bother anyone." Type 2, the control keeper. This type has one question running in the background at all times. What if they do it wrong? Accepting help means handing over control. And for this person, that is genuinely more stressful than struggling alone. They'd rather carry a heavy box up 4 flights of stairs by themselves than let someone carry the other end. Because what if they drop it? What if they go too fast? What if they take a different route? Psychologically, they score extremely high on autonomy need. They feel safe when they are the one steering. The moment someone else takes the wheel, even with good intentions, even to help, their anxiety spikes immediately. From the outside, it looks like confidence, like self-sufficiency, like someone who just prefers to work alone. Inside, it's pure control anxiety dressed up as independence. They don't say, "I can't trust you." They say, "It's just faster if I do it myself." Type 3, the image protector. For this type, asking for help doesn't just feel uncomfortable. It feels like losing. They've spent years building an identity around being capable, being reliable, being the one other people call when things fall apart, the strong friend, the one who has it together. That identity is everything to them. So the idea of needing someone, of admitting they're overwhelmed, confused, or stuck, that doesn't just feel vulnerable. It feels like the entire image they've built is cracking. Psychologically, this is connected to something called ego threat. Their self-worth isn't separate from their performance. It is their performance. So when they struggle, it doesn't just feel like a bad day. It feels like proof that they're not who they thought they were. They will exhaust every option before they ask. They'll Google it at midnight, watch 3 tutorials, try 5 approaches, and only consider asking for help after all of that fails. And sometimes not even then. They don't say, "I'm struggling." They say, "I've got it handled," even when they clearly don't. Type 4, the invisible one. This is the quietest type, and in many ways, the most heartbreaking. This person doesn't ask for help, not because they're proud or controlling or protecting an image. They don't ask because they genuinely don't believe their problems are big enough to deserve it. Other people have real problems, real stress, real pain. Mine is manageable. I'll figure it out. I shouldn't bother anyone with this. Psychologically, this is called self-minimization, and it doesn't come from nowhere. These people have usually been dismissed at some point, told they're overreacting, that it's not that serious, that others have it worse. They heard that enough times that they started saying it to themselves first. It's not humility. It looks like humility, but it's actually a survival habit that turned into a prison, a way of making themselves smaller so they can't be rejected for taking up too much space. They don't say, "I need support." They say, "It's not that serious," even when it is, even when they're quietly drowning. So, which one are you? The one who's afraid of being a burden? The one who can't let go of control? The one protecting an image they built over years? Or the one who stopped believing their pain was worth anyone's attention? Because here's the truth most people never hear. Not asking for help is not a personality trait. It's a pattern, one that was built in response to something. A fear, a wound, a lesson learned too early or too hard. And patterns can be broken. The bravest thing some people will ever do isn't climbing a mountain or starting a business. It's looking at someone they trust and saying, "I actually need help with this." Which type do you recognize in yourself? Or in someone close to you? Drop it in the comments. I genuinely want to know. If this made you think differently, hit subscribe. We go deeper every single day. Don't forget to like the video. It helps more people find messages like this. And if you want to connect with people who actually think like you can subscribe this channel. This isn't just a channel, it's a mindset.